Obviously, three very, very correct gaits, super expressive horse, and maybe just a little bit green in the environment. And for me, the major thing I feel when I get on a young horse, we have, say, a 3-year-old, a 4-year-old, where the basic things for me is that they go from the leg and they stop from the hand. This is not just basic training, but this is for everybody's safety, okay? So once we have these, once we have these safety controls put on the horse, then it's time to start thinking about the skill set that I'll need to already start thinking about training this 5-year-old into the Grand Prix horse that I hope he becomes in another 4 years. So that becomes now connecting the leg to the hand. And when I ride a young horse, it's all about the transitions. So we think mostly we have the walk, the trot, and the canter. And that is all we have to get through the Grand Prix. Everything we do in the Grand Prix is only a variation on the walk, the trot, and the canter. And if we keep it that simple, I find that as riders, we become much more clear with our intentions. And also, the horses become much more confident in their training. And so when I start riding a 5-year-old and talking to them about this more advanced concept of connecting the leg to the hand, I want to start to develop the feel in my hand that the horse is rather pulling me along. And pulling me not necessarily in the bad way, which is down to the ground, but that they start pulling me forward with always this desire to take me on a line. So whether that line for jumping horses, it's a line of fences. Or for the dressage horse, that line can be across the arena, it can be down the long side, and most importantly, the center lines. And so when people think about dressage, this word lightness sometimes comes into play. And I try to make it very, very clear in my training that lightness is not the absence of contact. And I think it's very important to keep that clear because it's easily confusable to think that that good feeling in your hand is a proper feeling. And in developing really top athletes, I think it's important to sometimes understand that we have to accept a little bit more contact to feel that that horse is really taking us to the end of our line. Good, and here we see she's already working some lateral leg yields across the arena. Super exercises also to keep him focused. And something else I encourage people on young horses or hot horses, like this one tends to be, is also to watch his ears, right? If those ears are forward, then he's not really paying much attention to you. And so I always try to feel that if I touch the horse with my leg, or I touch the horse with my hand, or even on a young horse I tend to use a lot with my voice, that if I'm talking, that ear just turns back slightly and listens to me. Very good. And then he's obviously very easy to present on the straight lines. And I would also start incorporating now some circles. Okay, so feeling like we create a positioning in the horse's body to eliminate tension, but a place where we want to send him forward. So maybe a 10-meter volte. Yeah, and I would make it smaller already. Right, but a place where you can put him on a circle line and send him forward. Yeah? That he wants to be tense. Come. Yeah, until you feel him pull you in the hand. Right. And then lots of changes of direction, now to the left. And again, make him pull on your hand. Yeah, fine. And supple circle. Yeah, find the left positioning. Yeah, around your left leg. Yeah, and push him again until he pushes and stays in trot. Yeah. Good. And when you get that good feeling left, then we take it back to the right. But always pushing into the hand. Good. Yeah, come on. Yeah, more trot. Until you feel he's steady in the hand. You feel how sometimes he's on the hand and sometimes he is not, yeah? It's got to be the feeling that he never lets go. Good. And then again, back to the left. always changing, especially that we make the left side and the right side start to feel more the same. And it's, yeah, we see the little bit of problems happening on the left, and it's 90% of horses, that are more stiff on the left side. It's just how they're born. And everyone tends to think that it's the mouth. Oh, the left rein, the left rein, the left rein. But if horses are tough in the mouth, they're tough in the whole mouth, right? If I meet a horse who's tough in the mouth, it's equally as bad on the right rein. And if it's just the problem that we're feeling on the left rein, then we have to say to ourselves, this is a problem in the body flexibility of the horse. And that's why I use lots of bending lines, especially if I'm going to push the horse forward, so that I have already created a position in his body to hopefully eliminate tension. Yeah, turn, circle, around your left leg. Yeah, good. Only a straight line when you have the back. Ah, exactly, good. And then even out of that circle, you can think something like shoulder in, right? Keeping his attention. Yeah, that he doesn't think about anything except what's inside this 20 by 60. This is his job. Good. And then another circle where you can push him forward. Ah, yeah, left leg on, big leg yield. Push him out. So you can make the whole body part of the conversation. Good. Yeah, then it goes to the hand. Good. And that in this way, the feelings on your leg and the feeling of your hand is what creates confidence for the horse. That he knows certainly what he's supposed to do. Good. When you have a good feeling in trot, let's see if we can show them a bit of the canter, huh? And same thing, we see exceptional quality of this horse, right? But we also see little bits of mistakes when she goes to make a change. And even though this horse is just 5, it's not too soon for me to be thinking about all of the tools that I will need to make him a Grand Prix horse. So if I can't bring him forward and if I can't bring him back, then without trouble, then it's not good enough for me. Yeah, fine, around the left leg. Yeah, and then we find the canter when you're ready, okay? And so even though this horse is practicing forward and back and trot, forward and back and canter, 10-meter circles, we have to say these are all parts of things that become my canter pirouette. They become my piaffe passage transition. If I have tension in bringing his, collected trot to a little bit medium trot, then I know I'm going to have trouble already in the piaffe passage. These are things that have to not be overlooked, and we have to iron out. Good. And you can see he finds much more comfortable on the right rein. And that's just normal for now, and that will change for him as he changes in his body and in his training. Sometimes they go back and forth, right, left, right, left. And if we're doing our job properly, they should. Yeah. And always giving yourself a little space on the young horses. I like to stay a little bit inside track. So if ever you want to, you can push him a little bit off of that inside leg. Again, for me, now he's also again a little tight in his top line. Good. And using your leg to push him a little sideways to the hand. So that in order to soften the top line, we don't just ride the hand. Yeah, especially because he's hot. Yeah, he has to accept that when you put your leg on, that he breathes when you touch him. Good. Again, you feel the neck get tight, bring him with your leg. Yeah, a little leg yield thought on a circle. Yeah, until he relaxes the neck. Good. Again, circle, yeah. When he braces against you. Yeah, fine. When he's ready, we find a little canter. Yeah. Good, and so rather than it's so enticing